You can't thank me with a card. I won't accept it. What you need to do, you have to bring the smile and joy in few people around you. That's the real, authentic way of thanking me. If you have received love, you give love. If you have received bliss and joy here, work towards getting someone there. I'm
Guruji.
expensive, I can't just be pacified with thank you later. Don't think, oh, you'll send a note to me and I'll be satisfied. No. See how many lives you touch and they get transformed. This is what I am for. You can't thank me with a card. I won't accept it. What you need to do, you have to bring the smile and joy in few people around you. That's the real, authentic way of thanking me. If you have received love, you give love. If you have received bliss and joy here, work towards getting someone there. I'm
Guruji.
expensive, I can't just be pacified with thank you later. Don't think, oh, you'll send a note to me and I'll be satisfied. No. See how many lives you touch and they get transformed. This is what I am for. You can't thank me with a card. I won't accept it. What you need to do, you have. Today we will take up the 7th chapter of Bhagwad Gita. The 6th chapter is Dhyana Yoga, about meditation. How to sit for meditation. What are the conditions that's most favorable for meditation? All that we saw. Now the 7th chapter, let's see what is in there for us. Yeah.
Shri Bhagavanuvacha Maya Saktamanaha Partha Yogam Yunjanmadashrayah Asamshayam Samagram Mam Yatha Jnasyasi Tachrunu Jnanam teham savignanamidam vakshyamyasheshatah yajñātvā neha bhūyo anyat jñātavyam avashishyate.
The Lord says, with the mind intent on me, O Partha, practicing yoga and finding refuge in me, how entirely, without doubt, you shall know me, that now you listen. I shall completely teach you the knowledge of the form and formless, having known which nothing else remains to be known.
This yoga, 7th yoga, Jnana Vijnana Yoga, is science and spiritual knowledge. Both are essential for human evolution. We need to know what this is and we need to know who we are. And here Lord Krishna says, this knowledge I'm going to now talk to you, hey Arjun. When can you talk about this knowledge? When you have an experience of yoga. That is, in the 6th chapter we saw how it is very important to find the inner peace and the inner space that we are all. And unless you have an entry into this practice of yoga, you cannot know much more about the self or about the objects outside. You know, it very well fits with the theory of relativity. You know, everything is related. I want to know perfectly what is outside, you need to know the seer. The subjective analysis is essential. Subjective knowledge and objective knowledge, both are essential. And yoga is not just an exercise. Yoga is the path to find and discover who you really are. And when you have that interest to know the me, as Lord Krishna says, the Atman, the self, deep within you, the journey begins. A spirit of inquiry about oneself. Who am I? What is life is all about? This inquiry help us to move in this direction of mysticism. What we consider mysticism, later on the same thing becomes more real than the real world, than the apparent world. When you see that the whole world is just atoms and vibrations, not even atoms, you go one step further, it's all vibration, you are venturing into another dimension, subtle dimension of existence. And here is Maya Sakta Manah Partha, Yogam Yunjam Madashraya, one who takes refuge in me and does the yoga, and his mind is focused on me. Without a master, learning yoga just by books, no good. You need master, you need the teacher. And you need to align with teacher's mind. Because this is an inner journey. It's an inward journey. And so you have to align your mind with the master. Maya Sakta Manah Partha. That alignment is what he's talking about. Asamshayam samagram va yata jnasasi tachrunu. Listen to how those who have aligned themselves to me, how they will know it. This is something to be known from inside, not through the senses. Yoga is an art to know from inside, to go into the very core of your existence and getting connected to the universal spirit. And he says, okay, how do they know, how do those who have found proficiency in this line feel, or do they say they live? I want to tell you. And then here, Lord Krishna also says, look, I'm going to tell you the entirety, fully. So you better be focused here. Yeah? I'm not going to leave something away. I'm not going to hide something. Many times the teacher don't want to teach every skill to the student. They are small-minded. They are only teachers. They cannot be guru. A guru, master, wants to give everything. In fact, it is the capacity of the student to take it is a big question mark. That is a challenging thing. Here, Lord Krishna says, I know you are very dear to me. That's why I'm going to give you this. I know you have the capacity to take what I am giving. You cannot go to a tap wanting 10 liters and have a vessel which can only hold half a liter. Because you cannot virtually hold it. But a capable student is what the teacher always looks for. A capable student, what is their capacity? To that extent, Master gives them the knowledge. Here Lord Krishna tells him, look, I'm going to give you the whole knowledge. You don't have to run around here and there. Don't go for spiritual shopping. When you know you're going to get everything in one place, why do you need to go anywhere else? So I'm going to give you the whole knowledge. Jnanam teham savijnanam idam vakshyam asheshata. I'm going to give this knowledge to you in totality. Yad jnatva neha bhuyo jnatavyam avashishyate. Knowing this, there is nothing remain to be known.
मनुष्याणां सहस्रेषु कश्चिद्यतति सिद्धये यततामपि सिद्धानां कश्चिन्मां वेत्ति तत्त्वतः भूमिरापो अनलो वायुः खं मनो बुद्धिरेव च अहंकार इतीयं मे भिन्ना प्रकृतिरष्टधा.
Hardly one among thousands of men strives to realize me. Of those striving yogis, again, some rare one, devoting himself exclusively to me, knows me in reality. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, thought, the mind, and reason, buddhi, egoism, ahamkara, these constitute my eightfold prakriti.
On the planet, there are billions of people. 7.5 billion people inhabit this planet. How many on this planet are really bothered about knowing themselves? How many are really interested in something that is ethereal? How many of them are really even taking a look at life? It's a very big question. People simply exist, they don't even live. They strive for existence all their life. This is called the animalistic life. What? You eat, sleep, and die one day. That's it. You eat, sleep, have sex, and finish. Your life is done. There is no awakening or even an interest to know about oneself or wonder about what this world is all about. Who am I? Where are we going? What's the meaning of life? These questions seldom arise in people. So among the millions and billions of people on this planet, a few are really interested. They take interest and they strive to attain this knowledge. Even among those, few attain perfection. Among the many seekers, few really get into the right path. They attain what they're seeking. And among those perfected ones, very few know me. Arjun, I'm going to tell you a secret. What? This is a fact. That among the millions, a few only walk on the path. Among the few who walk on the path, few will complete. Those few who complete, don't think they all know me. even fewer are those from those who will know me. See, now in the 4th chapter, Bhagwan Krishna, Lord Krishna said, many have attained me, many have come to me, many have merged in the self. Now here, he says only few people are knowing me. It's contradiction, but that is true. He says, Veti Tattvataha. There are people who have some spiritual experience, spiritual knowledge, but they don't know the science. There are people who get enlightened, ask them also put me in that level, they do not know how to do it. They do not know how to transfer the experience to you. They do not know how to convey what they know. All that they said, Mukha Swadana, it's a taste of a dumb person. And that's correct, no doubt. But a master knows how to transfer that taste of a dumb man's experience to a person, to a student. So here it says, Tattvataha, knowing by principles. Not many people know. And what are the principles? He says, look, Bhumi Rapo Nalo Vayu Kham Mano Buddhi Revacha Ahankaram Itiyam Me Bhinna Prakriti Rashtada. There are eightfold nature of mind. The manifest nature of me. What is that? The earth. It is me. Water. It's me. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. Kam means Akasha, the space. I am the space. Mind. The mind that is in so many people and animals, plants. This mind is me. The mind, intellect. This is the biggest illusion that people have. When they have intellect, they think they own the intellect. How did you get this intellect? From where did you get it? Is it one of the phenomena? No. Intellect is in so many people. Even monkeys do have some intelligence. Donkeys do have intelligence. It's just a matter of degree, how much they have, how much more you have. Everything has intelligence. The intellect is there. Kam mano buddhi devich, ahankar, and then ego. Ego is permeating the whole creation. Everybody has ego. People have ego. Every living creature which are certain I am here, that is ego. So this eightfold nature of me is not known to many. They think I am different from the creation. No, I am part of the creation. I am in every particle of creation.
अपरेयमितस्त्वन्यां प्रकृतिं विद्धि मे परां जीवभूतां महाबाहो ययेदं धार्यते जगत्.
This indeed is my lower nature. Other than this, by which the whole universe is sustained, know that to be my higher nature in the form of Jiva, O Arjuna.
Here, see, even mind, intellect, ego is part of creation. It's not outside creation. It is part of the manifest creation that we see. But there is one more higher nature of me, the more unseen one. That is different from this. That is also me only. My nature. What is that? That is the soul, the consciousness. Not so obvious is the consciousness. Obvious is intellect, obvious is mind, obvious is ego. But not so obvious, but which is the sustaining force of the entire creation. That is the self. That is upholding the entire creation. That consciousness is my higher nature. First, you understand the manifest creation also as part of me. People usually discard this. Why they discard the manifest is to look for the unmanifest nature of this being. But once you discover that you are the pure consciousness, beyond intellect, beyond ego, beyond body, beyond the small identity that we think we are. Ego is what is identity. You think you are a male, you think you are a female, you think you are wise, you identify yourself with race, religion, nationality. All this is part of your ego. And ego, when you touch that, then you get shaken. When that ego is challenged, that's when all the force from you comes out, negativity, anger, jealousy, everything comes out when your identity is touched. But when you are able to see beyond the identity, there is something that is substratum of the entire existence, that which sustains the entire universe, that is your pure consciousness. This is also my nature. So whenever one finds deep inside the self, then he no longer rejects the world outside. Ego is bad, this is bad, that is bad. He takes it all. This is all my nature. It's all part of me. Huh? For a seeker, in the beginning, he has to let go of all this, because otherwise he'll get stuck there only. The lower nature. To find the higher nature, a seeker says, not this, not this, not this. And once someone finds, then he understands, look, this is all me. What I thought was not this is also me. This is just a methodology of learning. Lord Krishna here gives both the methodology, and that's why he says, I am going to teach you the highest knowledge, the secret of both science and spirituality. What is this and who am I? This is also me, and the self, the soul, is nothing but my own higher manifestation.
एतद्योनीनि भूतानि सर्वाणीत्युपधारय अहं कृत्स्नस्य जगतः प्रभवः प्रलयस्तथा मत्तः परतरं नान्यत् किञ्चिदस्ति धनञ्जय मयि सर्वमिदं प्रोतं सूत्रे मणिगणा इव.
Know that all beings have evolved from this twofold Prakriti, and that I am the source of the entire creation, and into me again it dissolves. There is nothing else besides me, O Dhananjaya. In me, all this is woven like pearls on a string.
Spring comes. It's the sap in the tree that starts manifesting as leaves. Summer, the leaves are fully there. Come autumn, all the leaves fall back and they go back to the soil. They get mixed into the soil. They become manure again. Wait for the next spring to again come back. So, everything that has come out of this planet goes back to the planet. Everything that has come out of nature goes back to the nature. All the beings on this planet, they live here and then they merge back. The earth goes back to the earth element, water goes back to the water element, fire to the fire element. Our mind goes back to the universal mind. Dissolution happened. So here says Arjuna, know that all these twofold prakritis, one is the higher, another is lower. These both are my nature and everything is born out of me and they get back to me. Everything is born out of the one universal consciousness and they all merge back into that universal consciousness. Know this. Know this. Everything dissolves into me.
रसोऽहमप्सु कौन्तेय प्रभास्मि शशिसूर्ययोः प्रणवः सर्ववेदेषु शब्दः खे पौरुषं नृषु.
Different things appear. He gives a simple example. Sutre Maniganaiva. See, a bead has a hole in the middle of it, otherwise it's not called bead. The very center of a bead is empty, hollow and empty. And the thread that moves through all the bead, like it holds everything, all the beads together. That inner consciousness, the higher consciousness, the higher nature of myself holds everything together. Scientists would love this. They say, all the planets appear spherical because the energy around them make them appear spherical. The unseen energy, the dark energy, the dark matter, that is permeating the whole creation. In fact, that is more powerful than the objects we see. Sun is round because the energy around sun is so huge, so it is the pressure of that energy, sun appears to be round or spherical. They usually give an example of air bubbles in a bottle of water. It's the pressure of water which makes the air bubble appear inside the water, inside the bottle. So is this whole creation. So what you see is a small fraction of myself, which is my lower nature, manifest nature. In fact, he doesn't say it's lower nature, but we try to interpret as lower nature. I wouldn't say it's a lower nature. He simply says this is my manifest nature, another nature. I know that there is nothing beyond me. Now, a little bit more clarity here. What? He goes on to say, I am the fluidity of fluid. Can you have a form without color? No. Any form needs a color, right? If you say colorless, that is also a color. Correct? A colorless also becomes a color. A form cannot be without color. Substance cannot be without quality. It is through the quality you identify a substance. The sweetness is the identity of sugar. If you say this is sugar crystal, that means it has sweetness. If you say this is salty, that means that that quality and the object cannot be separated. They're inseparable. So here, Lord Krishna explains as a good teacher, said, I am the rasohamapsu kaunteya. In the water, I am the fluidity. And I am the rays in the light. Can you have light without rays? Whether it is moonlight or sunlight, you can't call it right if it doesn't have rays, right? So he says, look, I am the rays in the light. And I am the Om, the Pranava of all the Vedas. Om is considered the seed of all the Vedas. Veda means knowledge. Knowledge which is embedded in consciousness. And so I am the Om, the one word which the universe pronounces all the time. That is Om. If you stand on top of a hill and listen to the air, wind blowing, you can hear Om. You can go to the ocean and listen to the waves, you can see the Om. And this is what exactly the Buddhists call the one hand clapping or anahad nad. When you go deep in meditation, you hear an inner sound, inner voice, and so that is Om. Now, don't try to practice this. This is not to be practiced. It happens. Huh? You may hear. Now, if you try doing something, you will get into the tinnitus type of problems you issue. So, do not try to listen to Om. You don't need to get tinnitus. You see? So, it is not tinnitus. The Om is a one hand clap or a sound without a sound, without its manifestation, the subtle, and where the knowledge comes to you as a feeling beyond words. See, what knowledge we know from limited mind is through language, through words, right? But there is knowledge which is beyond language. What? Knowledge which is beyond language. As a child, we had this ability. But as we grew up, we were conditioned by language. And language limited our knowledge. This is a very subtle thing. Language has limited our knowledge. At the same time, it has expanded our knowledge also. They're two completely opposite things. One is only through knowledge you could know. You know knowledge, that's why you could listen to me. Now, if I keep speaking in Kannada or some other language or Tamil or Hindi, and you don't know that language, this knowledge doesn't enter to you. Even Gita is spoken in some language. This is one type of knowledge. But there is another type of knowledge that comes trans language, which is beyond language. It comes like a feeling. And this is the language the universe speaks. You convey that through your whole existence. You don't have to go and tell dogs or horses or cats, oh, I love you so much. They don't understand you. They don't care for what you say so much. They do feel your vibes. And these vibes are beyond words. And here, the Om is such a word which is beyond language, beyond words. It opens up to a dimension which is more subtle and basic to the existence.
पुण्यो गन्ध पृथिव्यां च तेजश्चास्मि विभावसौ जीवनं सर्वभूतेषु तपश्चास्मि तपस्विषु.
I am the pure fragrance in the earth, and the brightness in fire, the vitality in all beings, and I am the austerity in ascetics.
In the previous shloka, he also said, I am the sound in the ether, and I am the manhood in man. Manhood, today we are mistaken. Manhood means just go and be bossy, and bulldoze everybody, and be violent, be aggressive. Aggression is not manhood. Aggression is lack of manhood, it's weakness. Manhood is courage. Manhood is the confidence and the valor. Valor should not be mistaken for aggression. Often people think if you are throwing tantrums or if you are aggressive, that is your valor. No, valor moves with strength. Elephant moves with certain dignity because it is strong. Elephant doesn't move like chickens. It doesn't crisscross. Elephant moves in straight line. It goes with certain dignity. That is Paurusha. Just sit and listen to all the sounds in the nature. What are sounds after all? Just vibrations. And each sound is so different. And we have so many sounds. So many. And we make more. Right? Not just by our voice, we also invented many instruments, apparatus, and we play our own sounds. And whether drums or musical instruments, they all create different, unique type of vibrations in the atmosphere, and those vibrations hitting our eardrums causes so much inside us, either happiness or misery, right? But for a moment you think all this sound, whether it is an insult to you or a compliment, is all just words, just sounds, and it is all the divinity. It's all the consciousness. It's all just vibrations. Something different will happen. Then nobody can take you for granted. You become so unpredictable. Because you don't depend anymore on words. You don't depend anymore on the sounds that are being made around you or everywhere in the world. You get into that platform where the higher self is the reality and the manifest world is just waves on the surface. And similarly, I am the odor in the earth. I have already said any element has its qualities, characters. Without the characters, that element cannot sustain. Whether it's fire, fire means form, shape, and earth element is connected with odor. I am the life in all the living beings. And I am the penance in those great men or sages. If a sage is doing penance, it is not he who is doing penance. That penance itself is me. Austerity is me. At the same time, enjoyment is also me.
बीजं मां सर्वभूतानां विद्धि पार्थ सनातनम् बुद्धिर्बुद्धिमतामस्मि तेजस्तेजस्विनामहम्.
Know me, O Partha, as the eternal seed of all beings. I am the intelligence of the intelligent, the bravery of the brave.
You look at somebody, you get attracted because they have some good qualities like bravery, or they look beautiful, or they are very intelligent. Here Lord Krishna says, look, don't get lost in the diversity. In all this diversity, you find one seed, and that's me. And it is me who is manifesting in the intelligent people as intelligence. Attribute everything to me. This is what he say. All the attributes, all the glories, like intelligence, like glow in someone's face, beauty. This is all because I am there. It's all just a tiny manifestation of myself. Because I am the seed that is in all the beings.
बलं बलवतां चाहं कामरागविवर्जितं धर्माविरुद्धो भूतेषु कामोऽस्मि भरतर्षभ.
And of the energetic, I am the energy, devoid of passion and attachment. And in all beings, I am the desire unopposed to dharma, O Lord of the Bharatas.
Now, there is one natural strength and another strength is artificially created by doping. People, you have natural strength to run, but if you are in doping, then what? You temporarily increase your strength. That is not your real strength. But the temporary rise of strength takes you towards disaster. It spoils your health, it depletes you of energy. One day you are like this and then you are gone. That's what I have heard about it. So, though I am the strength, but the strength that is not coming out of, distorted cravings. I am the strength, no doubt, but it's not coming out of the crazy mind which is craving. So a mind which is free from cravings, raga means craving, and obsession, lust and obsession. The mind which is free from obsession, the strength in such a mind. See, people who are not in their senses, people who go crazy, who get lunatic, suddenly they get a lot of strength. They are able to break things which normally they cannot do. Someone who has lost their mind, when they get into this manic depressive state, manic depressive people have tremendous strength. Normally they may not have so much strength, but when they get that manic depression attack, you need 4-5 people to hold them. They can alone fight with 4-5 people. That much strength they have. So if you simply say, I am the strength, then you are in trouble. So Lord Krishna clarifies, I am the strength, no doubt, but not in that type of manic depression people. I am not that strength. There is a strength which is free from obsession and craving. That strength is me. Not the strength of a rapist. A rapist is also strong because his strength is coming from his obsession. Don't mistake me to the strength that you find anywhere with different type of imbalances, chemical imbalances, mental imbalances. No. The strength which comes out of balance, which is natural to anybody, that strength is what I am. The strength of an elephant is what I am. The strength of the horse, the horsepower, the power of horse. Where does it come from? Horse just eats only grass and some grains. It's a vegetarian, pure vegetarian, but tremendous power in the horse. Know that horse is, that strength is mine. It is the life force that is present in the horse which is manifesting as strength. If the life force diminishes, it's just the body, and that horse has no strength. Similarly, even lust, it says, if the desires in a person are natural, are in according to natural law, according to dharma, that is also me. Here the whole universe has desires. Every desire that arises in anybody, if it is not against the nature, that is also me. Dharma viruddha bhuteshu kamosmi bharatashabha. I am the desire in all the beings which have aligned itself with the nature. That means when your mind is aligned to nature, when your mind is with dharma, then the desires that arise in you is also divine, is also manifestation of the divinity. If desire is bad, why would there be desire on the planet? The whole planet exists on desires, moves through desires. So that desire which is unopposed to dharma, there are desires which are opposed to dharma, that will take us in the opposite direction. It takes us to the devolution. But for evolution, the desire which is taking us towards dharma. And that desire is me, O Parth. Understand this.
ये चैव सात्विका भावा राजसास्तामसाश्चये मत्त एवेति तान् विद्धि न त्वहं तेषु ते मयि.
Whatever other entities there are, born of sattva, of rajas, and tamas, know them all as evolved from me alone. In reality, however, neither do I exist in them, nor do they in me.
This is good enough to confuse anybody. And that is the purpose of the Guru, not to convince you but confuse you more. Every time you get confused, your set ideas drop, your understanding flop, and new wave arises from within you. You are open to a new dimension, new avenue. And that's exactly here Lord Krishna is doing to Arjuna. Look, I have mentioned a few now here and there. I said about water, okay, I am the force, I am the beauty in the beautiful one, I am the intelligence in intelligent one, I am the seed in everybody, I am the life in every living being. Okay, I said all this. But if there are something I have left out, if your mind logs on to something that I have left out, whether it is sattvic, rajasic, tamasic, introduced a little bit more. Now, for the first time, talks about sattva, rajas, and tamas, three different qualities of nature. Anything that is born out of sattva, rajas, or tamas, know that it is all mine and it's all born out of me only. And me alone. So here a seeker, a student's mind is arrested from every side. So the mind is not escaping, seeking power, seeking intelligence, seeking something different, or trying to run away from desire or run away from this or that. He says from sattva, rajas and tamogun. People get paranoid. Oh, that is tamogun. No, I don't know. He says, even if something is born of tamogun, know that tamas, it is all me and it's all about me. And they exist in me. Everything exists in this planet. The drainage exists here, so is the spring. There is a garbage can at one place, and the same kitchen, there is also the fresh food. Isn't it? Don't you have a garbage can in your kitchen? You must have. You should have. You have. But you keep it right there. It's all in the kitchen. One area there is garbage can. And there is refrigerator in another place. Fresh food is being stored there. Everything has a place, and that is what I am. It is me that houses all these opposite values. It is me who houses all the opposite values. Yet, I am not in them, nor do exist in me. If you see me, you don't find any of that in me. And if you try to look inside of them, I won't be there. In the kitchen, there is garbage can and there is refrigerator. But if you try to look inside the garbage can, kitchen is not inside the garbage can, nor inside the refrigerator. Right? But the kitchen can exist just as a room without a refrigerator. And when you take away the garbage can, kitchen does not fall apart. Anyway, you remove the garbage can every day or every other day. But will it affect kitchen in any way? Will kitchen fall apart? No. I think this could be the closest example we can give. The garbage can and the refrigerator all are in me. I am not in them, nor they are me. So understand this. There is an aspect deep within you which is untainted, untouched by any blemishes. It is blemishless. It is untainted by anything that's happening. All happenings are a foot away from you. This is the witness consciousness. When you see this is all happening outside. Though your garments are on you, they are not inside of you. Your garments are only outside of you. They are not inside of you. You are getting fever and you are putting blanket on. The heat is not coming from the blanket. It is coming from inside. Right? You feel cold. The feeling of cold is coming from inside. But we attribute to the condition outside. Are you getting this? It is very subtle. So, rajas, tamas, sattva, these qualities appear to be you, but they are not really you. They are like just your garments. I know that, like, I do not live in that. That means the consciousness or you are different from sattva also, from rajas also, from tamas also. That means you are different from all the activities, all the identities that you take onto yourself. You are much more than. What are you? Nothingness, that emptiness, that space which is all permeating, all pervading, all that space is what I am. In the space, there is nothing, and yet they are all inside of me.
Do a small revision in your mind, and then if you feel like leaving, you can leave or wait for the discussion. But don't go without a small revision in your mind. What all Gurudev said. Hmm? Now you can slowly open your eyes and turn on your camera. Krishna said, science and spiritual knowledge. If you see, if you look at it, there is no knowledge beyond science and spirituality. Correct? If you know science and if you know spirituality, all done, all covered up. Because every knowledge will fall either in science or spiritual, objective or subjective. Who you are or what the world is. Correct? Only two. If you know these two, done. You know everything. Now, when will you have this? Only with now, because you have the experience of yoga, you can understand this knowledge. Now, because you have done yoga, you are on the path of this yoga. Now, this knowledge comes to you, or Krishna tells it to you. Okay, the path to discover the self is yoga. Huh? Without master, it is not possible. And even if you have the master, you have to align your mind with the master. That's why I keep saying this. Again and again, do seva. Why? Because Gurudev is doing seva. If we also do seva, like as Gurudev is doing seva, then it is aligned. You know, it's like husband and wife both having the same goal. So their mind is aligned. They become like one. So master and student should also align like that. See, he does so much of our seva. He just says Jai Gurudev and he appears and he helps us out. We should do the same thing. Okay? So do seva. Go in the center. Go in the center and get connected to the whole universe. What is yoga? Go in the center and get connected to the whole universe, established in the self, and then work outside. Okay, that's how you do seva also. Knowing this, there is nothing more to know. This two things you know, then there is nothing more to know. Even the eightfold Prakriti, that is manifestation, and what is unmanifested, everything is me, Krishna says. So 5 elements, mind, intellect, and ego. But he never says memory. Think about it. Why he doesn't say memory? I also don't have a clear answer to this. But think about it. What is ego? Identity, self-identity. I am. Krishna says, I am in every particle of creation. Important thing. Even if you are on this path, and let's say you complete this spiritual path, it is not necessary that you will know Krishna. You will know what it is. The pure consciousness, it is not necessary that you will know. But you are very lucky because you are listening to Bhagwad Gita. then we'll listen to Ashtavakra, then we'll do Yoga Vasishtha also, then you will know. So we are very lucky. We are out of very rare. It's very rare to be this group, in this group. Congratulations to me also. Okay. Even the unmanifested nature is me. The consciousness, which is not very obvious, but it is there, sustaining the force of entire creation. See, the self, the soul in you right now is not very obvious. Is it? No, it is not. If I come, can I see your soul? No, they say you can see through eyes, but I don't know. Let's say it's not obvious for sure. Correct? But the whole body, the mind, the ego, the memory, everything is sustained by that. Correct? If it's not there, nothing exists, nothing gets sustained. The force of the entire creation, sustaining the force of entire creation is that unmanifested, including the individual soul. First, when we start meditating, what do you do? This outside thing is not me. It's not mine, so let it go. Then the body is not mine, not me, let it go, let it go, let it go. Then you go to the self. We'll do this meditation today. You go to the self. And then what Krishna says, this unmanifested, where you are resting right now in the self, that is me, and everything manifested is also me. So he makes everything divine. So beautiful. Okay. This is a technique. Everything is born out of universal consciousness or the Krishna or me and will dissolve in me. It is manifested from me. It will dissolve in me. And you know, a secret, it also exists in me. I mean, that string, then he says where he is and where he is not. So he says the string that holds everything together is me. In fluid, I am the fluidity, rays in the light, sweetness in the sugar, Om in Vedas. Then he explained how Om is everywhere in the waves of the ocean. Also, one hand clap. This is not one hand clap. There is no. When two objects strike each other and a sound comes, that is not anahat. One hand clap is that without two objects striking, the sound comes. That. Okay. Knowledge beyond language. Language limits or expand the knowledge. Knowledge that comes out of feelings, universal understanding. And then he goes ahead and says, even manhood is me. What is manhood? Courage, valor, confidence, moving with dignity, everything is me. Then Gurudev gives one more technique. He says, if somebody insults you, if somebody praises you, you just look at it as sound. And all sound is divine. Then you will become very unpredictable. Because if I tease you, you don't get teased. So we never know. So basically, we cannot push any of your buttons by words. You become very unpredictable. Then you'll reach the goal much faster than anybody else. Reality manifestation is just wave on the surface. Then he goes more ahead, Krishna, and says the penance in the sadhak, the practitioner, is also me. Austerity is also me. Enjoyment is also me. Eternal seed of everything is me. Me in all diversity. Intelligence is me. Glow is me. Beauty is me. They are all tiny manifestation of me. He says, now he clears what is me and what is not. He says, natural strength is me, but not doping energy, distorted mind, craving, crazy mind, obsession, lust. All these things are not me. Mind free of this is me. Then he says one more thing. He says, desires aligned with the nature, with the dharma is me. So it's very natural, for parents to take care of their kids. It is natural, correct? to teacher to take care of the students is very natural. For the soldiers to defend the country, save people is very natural, and that is me. But the other part, craving, obsession, lust, and all those is not. Any see desire to meditate is also me. Desire to attend Bhagwad Gita is me. Me means him, and that all thing is him. Then he goes ahead and says, Rajas, Tamas, and Sattva, the three gunas or those, whatever you call it, comes from me. They come from me, but I am not in them. Then Gurudev says, before that, he is housing every opposite. Like Shivji, God, he has a peacock also, snake also, rats also, everything in one family. Then two important things he said. First, confusion is one step ahead. If I say something which you already know, then you are not confused. So you are not learning anything. Correct? But I say something and you get confused. So meaning of that, your old concepts are breaking and new concepts are getting created. So we need to keep doing this till all concepts are gone. But confusion is good. It's one step ahead. Second, most important thing he said is he's not letting the student mind escape. He's not letting his student's mind escape. Like you go in Indian temple, there is everything. If you like gold, there is gold. God is made out of gold. You like flowers, there is flowers. You like good fragrance, so flowers are there. You like good food is there. You like good music is there. Everything that you want, even good clothes are there. Everything you want is there. So it is like, doesn't matter what you like, you don't like, it converses all mind and brings the focus there. Like that, Krishna is doing, bringing his students' whole thing together at one place. So if there are any questions, you can ask. Now you can unmute yourself. Or we'll directly go for meditation.
Today's knowledge is very high. That's what I felt.
Tell me your name, please.
I'm Shobharaj.
Shobhaji. Say once again.
I felt today's knowledge is high.
Today's see, one thing is, as Gurudev said, you are capable. That's why you got this knowledge. You just have to wait, and the knowledge you'll understand. If you go running, then it couldn't be. Just ठहर जाओ, wait. Just stand still, and you will see the knowledge happening. So it is good knowledge. Everything is me. Sweetness is me. Like I always. Yesterday only said, chocolate and chocolatey. Forget about that. That's a different point. But yes, it's good knowledge. It will change the whole perception how you look at the world. The 8 manifestation is him, and unmanifested is also him. Then I asked you a question: why memory is not included? Why Krishna doesn't say, I am the memory also? Think about it. Is the memory not manifested? Is memory not manifestation? And if it's not, then why? Even ego is only identity, right? So that is in Krishna, but in memory is not there. Mind is there. I don't know the answer. I think in Hindi he said something about it. He said Chitta is, with the help of Chitta we go in, or something like that. So like when I make you all meditate, I tell you, this is the scenery, this is not you. Come in your body. See, I always keep breath. I never say, see, observe your breath. This breath is not you. Now let go breath. Stop breathing. I never say this. If you remember. So Krishna also skips that part. He doesn't use the word memory. Fluid in fluidity. So what is not? Okay, say one line what you understood. Because there are so many people who don't turn on cameras, don't even unmute and say something. Now you are listening to Bhagwad Gita, na? So you are now already at a higher thing, and we are all Bhagwad Gita buddies. So feel free and say something.
Jay Gurudev, I want to say something.
May I know your name?
Rupa.
Okay, Rupa.
Yeah, like Guruji told Rajas, Tamas, and Sattva, these the three gunas are not you. Like kitchen has a garbage and fridge. Both can live without each other. The Sattva Raja also the conscious is above all these three gunas. That's the point I take away for me. Like we go into this.
What you understood? See, you can throw out garbage, but then you have to bring the garbage can again in the kitchen.
Can, yeah.
Ah.
It should be there, a place, a corner.
It should be. It has its place. What
Yes.
Guru was saying there is that everything has its place.
Yes.
And that is important. Rajas, Tamas, and Sattva, all three are important. Without Rajas, you can't even lift your hand. You need Rajas to lift your hand, right? Fire.
Yes.
And without Tamas, you cannot sleep.
Yes.
Without Tamas, you cannot sleep. And if you don't sleep, then you don't have energy.
Yes, sorry to interrupt you. I think I should be in only Sattva every time, but it's not possible. We have to go through all these three gunas.
All three are important.
Yes. Yes.
How will you be in Sattva? Let's look at this. Let's look at this. You want to be in Sattva. To be in Sattva, to be very centered, you need some activity.
Yes.
Only then you can be in Sattva, right? You need to do something. You need to do seva, bring a registration and then sit for meditation. See how deep you go. So you need to do something. So to attend Sattva, you need Rajas. Okay, you need to do something. Now to do something, what do you need? You need proper rest.
Yes.
Because if you are not rested, you cannot work activity. And if you cannot do activity, you cannot be in Sattva.
Yes.
So see how it's connected.
Yes.
So it is born out of him, but he is not in them.
Yes. That's a takeaway for me.
Very good.
Thank you.
Most welcome, Rupaji. Narasimha Reddy ji, want to say something? Shubhangi ji. Supekar, Maharashtra. Shrimai, Jayashri ji, Dipali ji, Kumud. Okay, let's meditate. Eyes closed, sit still. And at least put it in the chat box why you don't want to talk. I mean, we are listening to Bhagwad, you're not kindergarten students, like, oh, I am very shy, I cannot speak. Okay, eyes closed, palms facing the ceiling. Open your eyes. Open eyes. Look at everything. This is manifested. It's not me. This scenery is not me. What you see is not me, correct? It's not me. Me means, is it you, all the scenery that you see? No, right? So come back to the self. Close the eyes. You say, this is not me. And I am not interested in anything that is not mine or me. So let go of everything outside. Come to the body. Look at this body. This body is yours, but it's temporary. It is not you. It might.
Not here.
Let go of this body. This body is not you. This is not this energy, the life force energy, which you are. So go more deep inside, to the mind. This mind is you. No, it's not you. It might be yours temporarily. Huh? It might have come out of you, but it is not you. So not you. Take a deep breath in and let go the mind. Come behind, come to the intellect. Huh? Yes, I should unmute and talk. No, I should not unmute and talk. Yes, I should turn on the camera. No, I should not turn on the camera. All this intellect. Huh? It might be out of you, but it is not you. Huh? So take a deep breath in and let go of this intellect also. Become free from it. It's not you. Maybe yours, but it is not you. Let go. Come to the ego, the self-image, your identity. Man, woman, girl, shy, brave, whatever. Good person, bad person, whatever self-identity. Temporary this is. It was not there when you were born. You were free from all these identities and labels, qualities and adjectives. Not you. You're free from all this. Take a normal deep breath in and breathing out, let go of this identity completely. Let go of this ego, the small mind. Go more behind in the self. Go behind. Take a normal deep breath in and breathing out, relax even more. Relax more and more in this, in yourself. Rest in this self. Completely relax in the self. Slowly come out. Become aware of your ego, your self-identity. This identity is given to you by Krishna himself. Yes. Nar hi Narayan hai. You are, the nervous system itself has the potential to be fully blossomed Narayan. The nervous system is already Krishna. So the self-identity is also of Krishna. Come little more out. Come to the intellect. This intelligence is given to you by Krishna himself. The intelligence in you is Krishna himself. Be grateful. Give your respect to this intelligence in Krishna himself. Come little more out. Come to the mind. all the desires that occur in this mind, which is aligned with dharma, which is aligned with your nature, with your duty. All those thoughts, all those desires is Krishna himself. Be grateful for all those desires and thoughts. Pay your respect. Today, if you are listening to Bhagwad Gita, it is because of that. Today, if you are doing your sadhana, it is because of that. If you are doing your seva, it is because of this. Pay your respect, be grateful. Come out to the body. The body is made out of 5 elements. All these elements is Krishna himself. The fire in you is Krishna that digests the food, that keeps you warm. The air in you is Krishna, which keeps you alive. The space in you is Krishna. The water in you is Krishna. The earth element in you is Krishna. Honor this body. Pay your respect. Be grateful to this body which is made of Krishna himself. Become aware of the surroundings. This surrounding is made of Krishna. Become aware of the society you live in. It is made of Krishna. Everyone living in this society is made of Krishna. Become aware of the city, the village you live in. It is made of Krishna. Expand little more. Become aware of the state you live in. This is nothing but manifested Krishna. And everyone who lives in this state, politicians, criminals, police, good people, bad people, expand little more. The whole country is Krishna. It's his manifestation. The whole world is Krishna. The whole planet Earth is Krishna. Become aware of it. Every individual on planet Earth is Krishna. Pay your respect. Honor them. Be grateful. The whole universe is Krishna. Everything manifested is Krishna. The infinity is Krishna. The pure consciousness is Krishna. Become aware of it. Honor every sound, every touch, every sight, every smell, every taste. It's all Him. You are Him. Become aware of this fact. Only few come on this path. And very, 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 very few get the guidance of the Master. And out of that, very, very, very few complete the path. Even after completing the path, they might not know who Krishna is, but you know now. Very special you are. Just rest in this for a few seconds. And you can slowly come out of the meditation. Become aware of your thoughts. The breath. The body and surroundings. Bring a little movement in your fingers, in your toes. Slowly, when you feel like, without rubbing your palms, place the palms on the eyes and you may open your eyes. If you feel like continue meditating, continue meditating. No hurry. Hmm? After this, you start doing your seva. Otherwise, the knowledge will not manifest as you. जीवन में उतरेगा नहीं. जय गुरुदेव.
It's very nice. Thank you.
Jai Shri ji, you said no something. Okay, so we'll meet tomorrow. Till then, work. Huh? Activity is very important. Huh? Karma yogi bano. Become a karma yogi. Huh? Established in the self and then work in the world. Bring more and more people in this knowledge. Otherwise, it will be lost. Not only lost in the world, but it will be lost in your world also, in your life also. So it's very important. Okay? Jai Gurudev. Narayana